Testing, testing. All right, audio's there. I'll quickly post this, and then we will get right into it. Sorry again for being late. Things happen. Unfortunate, but c'est la vie. All right, posted. Switching over to Cam. Bam! Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy Kill Team Day. I know a lot of people have been excited. So before we get started, now's your last chance to vote on the channel polls to see what team we build first after the unboxing. So far, it's a very, very, very close. Celestian and Sacrosanct, or Celestian and Sidians are up by, I believe, 2 votes. So it can go either way. But let's get into it. So this is Kill Team Shadowhunt. Tagline this time is Faith versus Heresy in the Shadow of Alien Terror. Flip over the back, see what we got here. Those have been pretty public and known for a while now, but we got the Celestian Sidians team, the Murder Wing team, tokens, game boards, some transfer sheets. So let's get into it. Pardon my cough, I'm still a little bit sick. But this is about what we expect for a... Now, one thing I've noticed this season that I'm kind of a little bit sad about is that there's not been any new terrain added at all. Which kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping for some new cool Tomb World terrain, but I guess having a whole different way to build half and half boards technically counts as terrain, but you know, can't hurt with more options, right? So let's slide around over here. Look at what we got. So what I try to do is go through the assembly and then the manuals and just a quick run through of things and then get right into the hobby portion. Yep, got bases. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like everything's on a 32 mil base. Nice. 32 mils are great. Good size for Kill Team. This looks like the Chaos Lord. No, this is one of the sprues. There's 2 jetpacks on it. So this is the Chaos Lord. Now these are, aside from the Chaos Lord, these are all new kits. Well, Chaos Lord is also pretty new. It was the 10th edition release for regular Chaos Space Marines, if I remember correctly. So, very nice. Get to the manual. Look and see the assembly instructions. So the Warp Talons are on, or the Murder Wing, sorry, or I guess they're technically half Raptors, half Warp Talons. They're on a split sprue. So it's 3 sprues. Looks like my copy arrived pretty unbent, undamaged, which is nice. And these are all exclusive, or these are all brand new made for 40K, so there's no funky extra random sprue like from the last edition. So if these ever get reboxed, if they rotate out, they'll still be like this, which is nice. And we got the Insidiants over here, which are also on 3 sprues. It's funny how the sprue is definitely, you can tell that it's supposed to be 3 sprues, like, lengthwise, but they just split the 1 sprue off and chuck it in the box. So nothing's bent here either. It's good. Unfortunately, kind of the sprues are a little bit not informative. Unless we are... Oh, wait. Oh, I guess the Chaos Lord will be on a 40. So a bunch of 32s and a 40. Forgot about that. My favorite, transfer sheets. So I got a few of these Chaos Space Marine ones because I built a few kits of runes from like the Word Bearer section. But and then what else we got? This is the Soritas. I've never actually built a Soritas kit before, so I'm first time looking at the transfer sheet for them. I still don't know what I want to do for my paint scheme for the Insidiants. Looking at the... So there's the Order, Martyred Lady, Ebon Chalice, Bloody Rose, Sacred Rose, Argent Shroud, and Valorous Heart. So I'll look and see what scheme I want to do for them. I still don't know what I want to do yet. And they're so far winning the poll, so they'll most likely be the one built first. So that is that. Now I'm loving, every time I do this, I'm loving this now. Like, everything in 10th edition I've bought has been packaged like this with this little mini box inside, all the manuals and stuff. And just keep doing it, GW. This is phenomenal. Holds everything nice. It's very tightly packed, so don't like jostling or anything. So we have the assembly instructions. So let's get in that first because that's going to determine what I'm going to do for future plans. So, pretty hefty assembly instructions. And yeah, so there's 1032s for the Insidiants, and then 5 and the 40 for the Chaos Lord. So flip and see, and this is done in Insidiants first. So let's see how many choices we have to make for this, because I don't think I'm going to have a second box of these. My backup store not respond in time for my second copy, so I might be 1 box for now. So the Superior looks like a melta pistol, or whatever the equivalent is. I don't play Sisters, they probably have a special name. And looks like a crossbow, a handbow. Oh, they have the labels here. Inferno pistol, and the stake thrower. Yeah, I remember they shoot stakes. So this is the squad leader, is the Superior. So Denuncia is a specialist. No Censor. Oh, I'm liking this so far. Reliquarius. Abjurer. Okay, so far, excited. Mortis Sanctus. Just a generic warrior. Cremator. So I guess I have 2 options for Cremator, so I'll have to look and see in the instructions later. And that's it. So awesome. This is I'll have the specialist options in 1 box, so I'm not gonna be stuck for showcasing the specialists, which is nice. I just think back to the part 43 on the Kill Team Octarius Krieg. So that's off now to the Murder Wing. This is the one where there's going to be some choices, I think. Now, my plan is I'm just going to grab some Horus Heresy, Junk Pack, Assault Marines, get a box of 10 of them, and just kit bash the rest of them from this box. Save me from... Or if my second box of this goes through, I'll just use the second set of sprues to build the other half, and then be hunky-dory that way. But, so, Chaos Lord. Show his weapon options to Chaos Lord. There's Lightning Claw, Lightning Claws. And Power Weapon. So look and check and see what the actual rules are. But usually when I go through the unboxing, I just go through the assembly to make sure there's nothing gonna cause any pain points for the future hobby portions of the stream. So, Chaos Lord. Looking very cool. And now for the actual bodies. So, Champion, Depredator, Normal Raptor, Normal Warp Talon. So these ones I've seen share a body. Shrieker and Skyseer also share a body, but the Skyseer I think is your gunner, so you're just going to take that because you want to give up your firepower. When we get to the rules portion, I'll flip through and see. But again, like the kit bashing part shouldn't be too hard to just stick the wings on a Horse Heresy Mark 6 Assault Squad. So, and then sorry, there's two options for the Skyseer. And there's the Curse Claw, Funky Mutant guy, and another Skyseer. So it looks like might not be messed up that bad. The Hunt Master. That's it. So I guess it's the sharing of the box. Now let's go to the actual rules to see, kind of give some context to this, and then go from there. So the dossier, the token sheet, which has the descent markers on it for the half boards. And the half board section. Let's go through this now. Curious to see. So in lieu of terrain for this one, we've received instead our half boards for making descent maps. So if I remember correctly, yeah. So the one half is Octarius for the outdoor, and the other half is Volcus. And then for the indoor, it should be Into the Dark in a Tomb World. Yeah, Into the Dark half and differently colored Tomb World. This is more of like an inactive Tomb World. It's not really glowing at all. But that's what we got for boards. And as usual, the deck cards for both teams, which I think are now inaccurate because as of the January 2026 balance status, like there was a small change, but I'll have to confirm later and see. Which is unfortunate, but it does tend to happen sometimes. I think it's just cardboard filler. Cardboard filler. So go through the book. Oh, is it the fold out for the does? Nice. Okay. So pardon me. The Shadowhunt dossier. Got some more. The teams and some missions. So let's quickly flip through the book. So this is now on Garanox. So there's been a few different planets featured in this season of Kill Team. Which I find it's funny this one's featured in Ultima Segmentum because for the Vigilus, I believe, book, there was some talk of, I guess it was Jetpack Sisters, so that wouldn't be relevant. That was like the original spoiler, like the speculation. People were thinking that was going to be the Jetpack, the Seraphim, or the Zephyrim versus these guys, but I guess not. So we're going to skip. But they feature multiple different planets on this season, which is nice. I liked not everything being in one place. Just describing what the teams are. I'll see the pictures because they show different. So this is it Bloody Rose? Maybe I'm oh, it's like Bloody Rose. Yeah, Bloody Rose. Yeah, so Bloody Rose recognized from the Horrors of 40K, and then Martyr Lady I think is the default. Black one is the white one. So we'll look and see. They have the statue from Blood and Zeal. This is just the lore, which is nice, but not helpful for this. Just a different description of the... Oh, this is like a word bearer one. That's pretty cool. So they feature different... There's an Alpha Legion one. So there's a Night Lord, Black Legion, a word bearer. I guess this is supposed to be an Iron Warrior. Black Legion. They didn't put any hazard stripes on it. Another Night Lord. And then Alpha Legion. Cool. Mine are going to be done as T-Suns for my army, so... No, not really relevant to use as a reference, sadly. And then the rules. So this is where I'm going to take a bit more time to go through this. So your team leader is a superior with either the stake thrower, relic bolt pistol, and null mace, or an inferno pistol null mace. One of each of your sanctums. 2 cremators. Okay, so you get 2 flamer types, and the rest are warriors. So if you were to go full specialist, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be a warrior. Security Seek and Destroy. See, there's the combi weapon rule on it. Interesting. I've never seen that before. Probably gonna explain that later, hopefully. Let's flip into the faction rules. So I think this one already has an errata as of the 2026 balance status late. Yes, exigence. There's a rule about this. I have to look at paste the sticky note in here. So again, I try to avoid spoilers or discussion about the teams as they're previewed and then revealed, just so when I do the unboxings live, my reaction is more candid, or I don't have any kind of pretenses going into it. And I know that everyone is expecting, just from the osmosis, people are really, really expecting this. It needs to be a very strong team. So, much other faction role is inspiration. Pardon me, I need to get a quick swig of water. My throat's dry. I actually have my coffee from earlier, so I'll finish that up. So, inspiration, whenever you incapacitate a wound stat 6 or more, which is basically everything that's not the psychic familiars of the Brew Brothers. I'm trying to think of something else that's not at least 6 wounds. Even the Ratlings are 6 wounds. So, or when you charge. Oh, so you need to incapacitate. You're starting inspiring when you charge. It's pretty cool. When you're inspiring, you have severe, so you're getting guaranteed crits, which is cool. And then we have the weapons of witch hunters. Psychic range weapons can inflict damage. So suck it, rune priest skill from the Wolf Scouts. Never select, cannot be selected in tree with never within. Okay. And when you're within 3 inches, cannot use psychic actions. Wow. And then some weapons an anti-psyker. So, wow, that's actually very strong. Now again, there's not that many psychers in Kill Team. It's gonna really hurt. When it affects, it's really gonna hurt. But as of now, it's not like it's gonna be affecting half the teams in the game. But you are definitely in a bit of a. It's like when you pick Sister of Silence as your Inquisition agents, assistants, and just like totally stuff Thousand Suns. But interesting. And then you got Martyrdom. Whenever someone is inspiring, is incapacitated, before you remove it, you give one visible 6 inches a benediction. So, because you get inspiring just by charging, if you like suicide charge into something, you're gonna get the martyrdom effect. So, Earn it +1 APL, pretty cool. Ceaseless, very cool. Healing, very cool. So they might not have a dedicated medic. And then Exigence. So you can do a 3-inch charge. But you have to go towards the thing that was inspiring you, which is pretty cool. So there's that, and now look at the ploys. Suspect and eliminate. It's 1 enemy operative marker. If you select an enemy operative, gain a suspicion token. And if you select a marker, everything contesting it gains suspicion tokens in the turn. And you get punishing. Okay, wow. So between the severe rule on your inspiration and the punching off this, you can really push through some mean damage. So that's nice for 1 ploy. And if they mobbed it, because if you do the marker version, if they've committed a lot of operatives to it, like 2 or 3, and you pop that, then that's pretty funny. You get a lot of value off of that. Whenever someone's shooting it from the operative with engage, you get a reroll defense. It's very, very handy. Holy resilience. This is very, obviously, durability. This will be good against breakpoints. I know certain teams like Goremongers won't be able to 2-shot you with this, which is handy. And then Suffering and Sacrifice. Whenever a friendly incident is shooting against, fighting against, retaliating, you get balanced. So, interesting how it's actually a very, very nice set of strategy ploys. So, which is good. And now off to the Firefight ploys. Glory to the Martyrs. When is incapacitated while fighting retaliating, you get another strike out, so that's handy. And then if it's inspired before it's removed, then you can also martyr them, so that's nice. And then strike a critical success. You cleave, D3 AoE. Wow. Now the problem with D3 is not a phenomenal amount of damage, because you only get it once. So maybe if you like wound one and there's one that's if it was a flat, the fact that it's D3 is kind of rough because you can't really bank on it. So if there's a way where it was like flat D2, then you can kind of plan it, but there's a chance that if you're going to spend a command point and they're going to kind of whiff. But it's handy to have. And I haven't seen the melee weapon profiles yet, but there's probably some breakpoints you can make with this where you can certain operative templates you can get them within thresholds where you can finish them off with the D3. But it's cool. Unshakable Pursuit. This is the chase them down. During a friendly activation, before active performance action, you ignore change of movement, which is handy. If you're injured, if you're inspiring, you get 1 inch of movement. So does this take? Oh, here they have the clarification. If you're inspiring by charging, yeah, there we go. So that's the question I was gonna ask, and they answered right there. So if you are using this and using the charge to become inspiring, then you also get the 1 inch movement. So I think that makes you a 9-inch charge. Flipping ahead. Yeah, 9-inch charge. So that's a good threat range. And then Fervent Hate. Firefight ploy after resolving your attack dice for a friendly operative. If you're shooting against, fighting against, retaliating against, doesn't have Imperium, get Ceaseless. And then if you are Psychic and or Chaos, you get Relentless. So that's like kind of the bonus one. Some factions have these, like Death Watch have, if you're not Chaos or Imperium. So if you're Xenos, you get the rerolls. So that's cool how you have the fluffy ploy. Now, there are a lot more Chaos teams that are relevant. Basically, the problem with not the problem, but the Death Watch one isn't applicable all the time because not everything is Xenos. But at default, you can still get, as long as you're not fighting Imperium, you can get at least Ceaseless, which is nice. And then now the operatives. So this is going to see what I'm going to build on my operatives. Now I think I'm going to pull the camera down a little bit over here. Get a bit more on the book. Because the big bulky stuff I don't need anymore. Apologize if you get a leg jump scare. I'm wearing my jammies, so. Alright. Hopefully that's as visible as possible. So the options for the superior were, once again, reminder, either the stake thrower or the front pistol. So your stake thrower is... Oh, this is a combi weapon. So I guess, again, are they going to explain what that means? No. The stake thrower, which is devastating 2, lethal 5, piercing crits 1, silent, which is funny, and anti-psyker, or it's either just a bolt pistol. Classic stuff. And not limited either, so that's interesting. Or you just get the hand flamer. Oh, sorry, hand melta, because it's in front of pistol. That's 3-inch range. Ooh. So the stake thrower having infinite range and silence kind of makes this, I wouldn't say a no-brainer, but the fact that it's only you can only use the melta pistol within 3 inches really makes this rough. Even 6 inches for a normal melta sometimes is a bit of a struggle, but so, and special rules. We got Spiritual Mentor, support ability, you can just inspire for free, which is cool. And then once per turn, if you are inspiring... so you get a free Pepper Ploy. If this is the one that's getting it. Okay. So I was going to say the free inspire and then use a free ploy, but it's only this one anyway, so not that bad. The Abjurer, which is a shield. 2 stances, so this is a purely melee operative. Has a double parry roll on shield, which is nice. And then Holy Defender. It's like a get down, Mr. President roll. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So it has the free built onto the data sheet, which is nice. And then we got the sensor, which is the Icon Bear type. Yeah, +1 APL. Null Field. It starts the null at range of 1. Whenever enemy opts with null range, subtract 2 from the move stat and worsen hits for 1. So you get pseudo injured. However, so over the course of the game, the null range is going to get bigger and bigger. So this is actually a pretty cool operative, and it's actually pretty nice. So you can, well, you can't do this action more than once. So you're at max, it's going to get to 5 inches if you do it once every turn. But I think even getting it to 3 inches is pretty nice. Just annoying. The Cremator is the one getting the multiples of the Flamer type. So you get a normal Flamer or you get a Cook Flamer with a Torrent 0. Or Inspirational Fire, once you damage something, if they lived, then you can just get another Inspiring token. Very cool. And now we've got the Denuncia, which is a support ability. You change the Inspiring. Second, friendly Celestial Insidiant, non-inspiring, then select another one. Oh, you just trigger the Benediction. That's nice. Okay, so there we go. That's kind of going to be your medic type, because you can just get inspired and then immediately use the healing one. And whenever this operative is inspiring... Oh, there's your free ploy. That's nice. Which is nice. So now I'm curious, how long can you remain inspiring for? You're inspiring until you lose it. So there. Okay, and more Sanctus is we fighting. Zealous Ultimatum, Gambit. Once for battle, Ultimatum. I think it's the one that they showed the article for. If you accept Ultimatum, when you fight, so you buff the attack stat, and then permanently increase its stats, or just debuff it for everyone. That's pretty neat. Varius. The Simulacrum Nullifactus Icon Bearer. Ah, there's your Icon Bearer. Okay. And then you can just spread the Inspiring around. And this also has the Stake Thrower. And then just the Normal Warrior. You get the Critical Strike. Very cool. And equipment. Psychic Grenades. They must be stun grenades. So this is the just buff your stun grenades basically. And then you also make them hurt. So that makes your stun grenades actually hurt. That's interesting. I get Global Inspiring Benediction on this one. Saintly Relics. This is just your fishing. So you have a lot of tracking for this one. But this is like gambling, basically. And then on a Flagellator, is activated if you roll d6, inflict damage, and then you just get Inspiring. I really don't think you need this. This is actually kind of the first time where the faction equipment is not super crazy. But yeah. And now we're on to the Murder Wing. This is the one that has all the funny options. So you want to actually, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back before I get into the Murder Wing. Bathroom trip took a bit longer than I thought. Apologies. So, looking now at the Murder Wing kill team, which is another Astartes kill team. So, either have the bolt pistol or plasma pistol, lightning claw, power weapon, or power fist, or relic lightning claws. So the options later. Plasma pistol. Oh, what's the limit on this? So your list limited across your team by pistols here. Interesting. Curse Clawed, Predator, Hunter, Raptors are normal. Shrieker, and then your Sky Seer is either Flavor Melter or Plasma. So across your whole team, you only get 2 piercing weapons. That's rough. Makes sense. You don't want to be too good at shooting. Let's look at the faction rolls. This is the jump pack roll. Basically, they can just turn part of the movement into jump packs whenever you're charging full back position. As long as you're under an advantage, you can boost it. Obviously, it has to land somewhere it can land. And it's Can't go through the walls. It's fine. Yeah, so the diagrams here. Some actions are called boost actions. You can do them during other actions when a boost is used. Each operative can have more of a boost per turn. A boost zone. That's the horizontal area between a mortar wing and its current location in which it used boost. Any part beneath the that's handy to know. And Stardies, they have two shoots, two fights. If you're shooting twice, has to be at least a bolt pistol for one of them. Okay. Standard stuff. But now, let's get into the ploys. Pros above, pitch higher, kills on floor, they're balanced, and during boost, you get as well. Call the weak. You get punishing, fan falling true, lower, debuff DPL, or wounded. Okay. Nightmare on high. Getting defensive buffs. And then you get 3 or more, flex 1 less, defensive. Okay. Again, malicious narcissism, so you get the passing activations. It's pretty funny. Murderous Descent, or Murderous Descent. Good. Along Front Honor, you can just do the shank and run. Into Darkness. The big boost. But you can't shoot, fight, or blow. So you can get, and you can't do it on the first turn. That sucks. I want a big movement on the first turn, but yeah. Interesting. Now let's look at the weapon options. So Path to Damnation, attempt to use a boon, and then boost animation. So roll d6, you can up your corruption levels to get more damage. Cool. Interesting. But this is only in melee, right? Well, the defensive one works on shooting, but it's tough. So if you're double lightning claws, or you can pick bolt pistol, classic pistol. So it's tough because you're limited across the entire. Well, you're probably not to take a raptor because raptor's a normal guy. You just take a bunch of power fists. I'm looking at some discussion on this one because, yeah, you don't want to give up some of your best ranged damage. So it's Chaos Champion. Challenge someone. You can pick and Path to Glory. Just farm some fan points off of some scrub. Curse Claw. Big melee guy. And you got Snatch, so we can wrap people. So double checking on this one. So Second operative for this boost zone. Do it. So you can shuffle it around or in melee. Okay. Move guys around. Pretty cool. To Predator. Big brew weapon. Get the EPL debuff. And I've got Carving Blow, which is bonus damage. As tree as a fight, but it's free damage, which is nice. And it's AoE too, so that's pretty cool. Master would fall back. It's like the chain lance or the chain snare, okay. And you can do the spear. It's like a 3 more wounds, okay. It's the raptor stuff. Shrieker. Got the Vox caster. 1 additional AP. Wake ups. Lower. 3 inches is pretty close though for this to work. Or you can do Vox. You do Shriek. Is this a APL debuff? Okay. Sky Searcher to Gunner. And Warp Talon is just generic Warp Talon. Okay. So now look at the quick faction equipment. This might be better. Blade fins. You can do Slice from above. D3 plus 1. So just gives everyone the Carving Blow ability. It's kind of eh. Clawed Armor. So you get 1 more wound. Okay. Guess it's like free. Up to your thresholds, I guess. Warp Fuel, once per turn. As the fallback action, if at least one friendly weapon was in its control range at the start. And with 3 inch of move distance. So it's like a 3-inch chase. Don't have to go towards it though. So it's cool. And then Voxcaster. And the stuns. This is how you get your global, not global, but your recurring APLT bus to get the other rules to activate. But it's actually very subdued faction equipment this time. I was surprised. Comparing the Wolf Scout faction equipment to the Celestial Insidians and the Murderwing faction equipment, definitely a lot less must-takes and a lot more niche stuff, which is nice because, again, I'm tired of every single game I play is take 3 faction equipment and cracks or something. So, just nice. And it's just the designer's commentary. Quickly look at the mission pack for the set zones. Pardon me. So, all game boards, intro markers, focus tomb world, yeah, upper lower. Okay. Use the square. So now I'll show the rules on climbing. So there's the markers that show how you go up and down. Does not stop your movements. Okay. I think it also says the boss battle too, right? For the FBOs, yeah. And the Catan Shard of the Nightbringer as your boss. Okay. Not really gonna go into this, but I'm just curious. You can shoot in entry markers. Can't take cover, and then you get the condensed. Okay. Cool. And so when you have fly rules and stuff, you can't go between kill zones. That's fine. You can't drop. So you like to do underworld dropping, okay? And then circle, make sure you put your markers in the right way. Okay, that's pretty cool. Kind of rushed through at the end. Didn't really have much to say, unfortunately, but that was the unboxing portion. So now we're going to quickly take another 2-minute break while I switch over to hobby mode, and we'll get right into the building. I'll double check the poll results, and we'll see what gets built first. Back with the hobby tools. So now let's quickly check and see who won the poll. And YouTube dashboard. Ta-da. Posts. 40 responses, so unchanged. So the winner was the Insidiance by, looks like, 2 votes. So we're going to be doing Insidiance now. So get the Insidiance sprues. This one. And these ones. The rotary ones off the side for now. My headlamp. Maximum blinding light, and do I have both my pieces of and my knife? Yep. Oh, and my drill for barrels. I might step away and get a drill for barrels depending on if they're relevant or not. We'll see. No big deal. And let's get going. So head options are here actually. Check my head options. Cool helmet head. Might do that one for the superior. Ah, so you attack the rocks. Very cool. Pardon me. Yeah, and how is it arranged? 1 through 5. Very smartly arranged. Good job, GW. Spruce. So, I'll click on some tunes for myself in the background, and you can get building. Probably can do 3 or 4 of them, depending how fast it takes. I'll see what the building speed is like. If I have to do any extra corrections or draw barrels or something, but definitely will take a bit longer, but I think should be good for some consistent stuff. So all right, 1 through 8. This room. There we go. Start here. Flip out number 1. Nasty cut there. Fix that. No, we don't. 1. Okay, over here. 2, 4, and make sure I don't clip anything too bad. Now I've heard horror stories of people building Soul Retouch models before, but I've not had this issue myself, so. Hopefully I'm not a victim of this, but we'll see. So 1, 2, 4 on a tactical rock. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, but I'll clip it anyway. So I think I have some good bases already pre-made for this. And it probably won't fit with a tactical rock. But just to get it off the sprue. Alright, and then 3. And clip that 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and 8. It's all nicely arranged over here. 8. 7. The cool funky fist. And then 6, which is like that weird bat cape over here. All right. let's see how these fit together. So I know I've heard some stories from other Sorgus kits, even though they're all fairly new. So quickly just scrape it through and see. This one's gonna be a bit of an awkward. Actually, the mold lines are basically non-existent on these, on this piece at least, which is a good sign. It's nice when the kits don't have insane amount of mold lines. I'm curious how the gaps on the coats are gonna fold though. But I'm gonna clip this thing off. So. Okay. Make sure to sand this in the right direction. Okay. And get the legs. I'm curious how they painted it, if they treat the mold line like part of the armor or not. And not really, no. Makes sense. Just gonna quick scrape. Okay. And over here. Just round off the edge a little bit. And flip around. Yeah, this is where the collection was, or the connection to the screw was. Actually, I'm excited to paint and build my first Solar Retouch models, because I think after I do this, it'll be the last faction in the game that I haven't built or painted models for. So it's going to be nice. See how this fits in. Oh, did I clean the wrong part? I cleaned the wrong part. That's funny. The back is where I should have started. Just get a quick. Scrape it over here. Yep. Dropping a knife. Very good. Okay. Bit of a chunky spot over here. Actually, this is gonna be covered. Ah, it will be. That's good. So this being super clean, not big problem. It's gonna be covered by some of the armor. That's smart kit design actually. It's nice. See how it fits. Let's check the fit on this leg. Okay. All right. Get the leg done. Just avoid little rivets and stuff on them. Okay, and then the back of the leg. Let's join over here. Make sure the fit is nice. Scrape that out. And then all right. Get these legs done. Once again, Timmy Extra Thin undefeated. Stuff is the GOAT. Citadel stuff is fine, but nothing beats the Timmy Extra Thin. Okay, now this is the weird one. Maybe not. You know what? Well, it's like off for now. I'm not seeing the fit on it just yet. Oh, actually, I already cleaned the front, so that means I can just verify. Okay. Oh, that's a great fit. You know what? We're off to a great start. Oh, actually, this one though. Oh, it's glued already. Forgot about the little bit at the top here. All right, let's fix this. So the compression of the front part of the torso will just force this into place. So I'm not gonna be too bent out of shape. Oh wait, clumsy fingers. Okay. Push this in. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So quickly put a little bit here too. And like no gaps too. Wow. No, this is a nice kit. Oh, I forgot the bottom of this. Shoot. It's gonna be a pain to cut this. There we go. Prices are ready. There we go. Amazing start. And of course, they get faster as I go through these, so it's perfect. Got some nice water going on, and now get number 6, which is I think this piece. Oh, keep. Interesting how they have the fit there. Wow. That's great, actually. So this will need to be smooth, actually, because it's facing part. So. And where else? Okay. Just a little bit of a tiny smooth over here. And then up here. All right, let's get that. There we go. Perfect. And now for the hand. Just a little bit of cleaning up over here. Okay, and then there's a on the gloves. This is actually the toughest joint, I think. Okay, we test the fits. It's held up like that's interesting. All right, there we go. Let's quickly smooth it over grapes of the knife. All right. So that's the one joint here, it looks like. Yep. Cool. Put the front on. Oh. through this joint over here. Interesting fold. Cool. And it's just now the pistol, and then, or I guess we do the stake. So the stake thrower, and then. So, put this out. So 103 and 89. It's the combi weapon, so I'm gonna have to get the drill for this. So I'm actually gonna build it, but I'll leave it off to the side and glue it afterwards because I want to get my drills. And I've already fallen behind enough on this stream, so. And I think it'd be easier to drill it too if I leave the stake off on the top. Yeah, you know what? I'll put it over here. Just easier to do this later. So go back to head. I want head, cool head. I want the helmets one, which is number 111. Oh wait, someone they gave me a lot of? Oh, that's one they give me a lot of. Okay, never mind then. I want I want to paint a few faces on this one. Don't want to do them all helmeted. Where's the other set of heads on this? Is it like a cool helmet? Okay. What's head? Okay, there's a lot of heads. I'm being indecisive about this. I'll see 105. That's the cool head. Okay, where's 105? A105. I knew there's a cool head somewhere. 111, 18, 120, 113, 104, 116, 112. No. Is it on this sprue? 106. 105. I knew there was a cool head kicking around. A little bit of mold line here. But I can fix that, I think. Whoop. Okay. And tilt the head. There we go. Perfect fit. There we go. I'll tilt the head a little bit like this. Okay. And smooth that a little bit. All right. Done. Only took 20 minutes of fussing around, but good start. Okay. 12 through 17 for the body. Okay, body 12. Twelve. $14. 13. Where's its leg? Oh, here's 13. Okay. And 17. Yep. Okay. See a bit of an awkward cut over here. Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll clean this up a little bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And get the legs. I'm not a fan of how these legs are fitting. I don't know. I don't play Sisters. If you're a Sisters player, are all the awkward legs on your models like this? Because, yeah, it's definitely a little interesting. Check this one. Just wondering where. Hopefully, the rest of them build a bit faster because that first one took way too long. But man, definitely modern sprue technology in action because they've divided the sprues in such a way that it's very, very easy to do. But pieces is a lot of pieces. Let's check the fit here. Perfect. Yeah, it's kind of an awkward fit in the legs, to be honest. Perfect. So this is the fit right here. Okay. Okay. And up down the shield. Okay. Slip down the back over here. Oh, there was the knife. Check the fit here. Awesome. Push this in here. Yeah, they definitely divided the joints on these. Body done. And now for it's just a big crazy backpack. All right, but I need 16, 19, 20. Ah, my God, so many pieces. So 16. So there's the backpack. There's the 19. I'll cut these out, so I'll have to track them down again later. Just when I thought I was done building fiddly things, they dragged me right back. And 16 is. So 15's here. 15. I want 16. 16. Okay. All right. And now 20 over here. And then 22 and 23. 22. 23. So tiny half of a glove. I don't know why that's necessary to split the glove like that in half, but there it is. And then head 109 over here. And then 24, which is the big bag over here. All right, awesome. Ooh, these tiny little spikes. I'm gonna snap all the spikes off. Ooh. I've snapped so many spikes on Imperial things before. Okay, so all the parts are clipped out. So start cleaning up. 16. It's a quick little clean. Okay. All right. Perfect. Oh, I forgot a backpack on the Superior. Oops. Let's flip back. I somehow forgot the backpack on the Superior. That's part 11. Whoops. Oh man, the tiny little filigree and spikes in these things. I'm gonna snap all of these off. I'm pre-seething. Okay. Failed this clip somehow. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Very spiky. Okay. So I have to be very careful with this part. Yeah. Where they put this part? It's actually spiky to hold. Okay. And this side. Slap this on and actually be mostly done. There we go. Perfect. And a little bit of swiping over here. Okay. All right, there we go. So aside from the pistol, I actually finished the Superior because I got to drill the barrel out. So, all right, back to number 2. Somehow I forgot the backpack. So 16's done. Now I'm gonna do the mace arm. Or I guess it's like a box because it has a speaker on it. And a bit of cleaning up over here. Tiny little joint. Oh, I can feel it bending in my fingers. Okay, and the other one was let's test the fit. It's like tucked right back there. Oh, hmm. I want to prep the back fit. It's going to be the vice them together. Okay, and I think that's the only clip on that one. Yeah, all right, perfect. So get this stuck in there. Okay, and now get it up over here. Yeah, it's definitely an awkward fit. Yeah. There we go. Place the arms in. Okay, and then smooth it out. All right, that was a bit of a rough spot. Definitely not a fan. Sisters players, how do you build your army? That is so finicky. I think it's like probably this squad is the finickiest squad I've ever built, and I've built most. Crazy. Okay, now I'm gonna do the arms. Like this, the glove is split in half. I don't understand what's the purpose of this. This true devotion to the Emperor is suffering through building these kits. Because whew. Okay. Ugh, split in half like this. Why? Okay. This is crazy. I still understand this gauntlet being split in half. Why? Is it the fingers? It must be the fingers. But now they have this weird. Oh my goodness. This is just crazy. I don't understand this at all. This is just like. I'm hoping that's a gapless fit. She doing the Megamind pose? Yeah, she's doing the Megamind. Brutal. There we go. Yeah, the glove and fingers being split in half. Crazy. What is it? 10:16. 2 hours in. I might build one more. How many pieces is the next one? Like 5 pieces. Yeah, I'll do one more and then call it a night. Because woof. Okay. It's backpacks, man. Okay. They put the gates in such a weird spot. Okay. All right. And smooth out these back sides. All right. Stuck on the back. But these models look so amazing. They're so full of detail and character. But like, how? There's like candles and speakers, like it's all here, but it's just like there's just so many things that have to be avoided, cleaned up. The spikes too, like oh my goodness. Why? Oof. I'm like, I like feel the motivation. Just leave. You know what? I might just call it here. Just over 2 hours. I gotta finish my Tomb Kings, so I'll call it here. Finish the head on this one, and then call it slightly early. Because, like, woof, I'm a little bit tired, a little eepy, and I need a full concentration and full just full focus. Because there's so many tiny little filigree bits in these guys. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. And stick this over here. Perfect. And a little bit of that. Smooth it. Alright, perfect. That's 2 done. Let's see if I can finish. I gotta get, because my Blood Bowl leak is in progress, so I have to get my Blood Bowl team in a playable state before I move on. But this will be, if we're going to do a Kill Team Live on Wednesday this week, I'll have these guys ready for it. I think Mizu expressed interest in playing them, so I'll probably sick him against Wolf Scouts or something. But that's the plan. But thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of your evening.